Hey there everyone, and welcome to another skill combo video. In this one we're going to be talking about combos which are there to help you escape from a situation. So these mainly revolve around teleport, however actually this is just sort of one use of teleport and there is more about the other skills. So the skills which are in question here are Burst and Manastorm. These stand alone. Burst, it hits an area around you and will stun them. Now the main idea of this is it interrupts the enemies around you, and to be honest, the 3 seconds stun isn't long enough for you to then kill off the enemies unless you're really powerful. So really well, how it's meant to help you is you're meant to stun them and then run away, and then kind of carry on attacking them. And when they come close, then you stun them again and you run away. This is kind of okay, but you can't really get away from them quickly enough, especially if there are other enemies attacking you, and ultimately you want to spend your time attacking. I like to be constantly using skills, and this is why I used to use teleport a lot, to kind of keep the constant damage on enemies, because you can stun them, teleport away, and be instantly attacking them, rather than wasting the time running away when they're just going to chase after you. Similarly, Manastorm will slow down enemies, so use that and it'll slow down all enemies that go through this, and then you've got to try and run away and keep fighting them, but they'll kind of catch up. The animation of Manastorm, takes a second as well, so yeah, it's just kind of, the skills standalone aren't so great. However, if you use Manastorm and then teleport away, you can be over here and all the enemies are stuck way over there. There's a lot of use for this, and, well, I say a lot of use, only in particular challenges where there's lots of enemies you've got to try and deal with. In the challenge maps, if they were open right now, I'd be able to show that. And also this really helps in PvP. Anyway, I'm going to show it in some combat. I've turned my damage right down, so I'm not going to be I'm not going to be killing off the enemies. I'm just literally going to be able to show how I'm going to try and control the enemies. And obviously I'm invincible, so it won't quite show how well I'm controlling it. But yeah. Oh, I need to be on the right tab. So basically stun them and then teleport away. You can see they're all stuck over there. I've got a couple of seconds where they're not going to come after me, and I can heal up, use buffs, use consumables, anything like that. Just generally prepare. I mean, generally waiting, having a bit of time to kind of have a breather is good, because all your skills will come off cooldown. And in fact, there are some challenges where the boss or whatever is invincible, and then you can do nothing for those few seconds, but it's actually very beneficial for you because your defense skills will come off. So as you can see, I can really hold them off well, stop them from attacking. Range enemies can still attack if you're too close, but yeah, stand alone. If I was to, I'll use Manastorm and then run away. Obviously the range enemies are going to be attacking me constantly, but otherwise, it doesn't give so much time at all. I used it right on top of them, but if you were, say, actually no, that'd be even better. Say I did it this way and they were kind of all around. Got interrupted. Say I used it here, there's some enemies off here as well, and I'm trying to run away. Those enemies are going to be attacking me, the other one's kind of catching up. It's not really as useful as if I were to hit them and teleport away. And where this really comes into effect very well is in PvP, where you run out of defense skills. So I like to run some defense skills, some damage skills, and basically if I'm in a space in time when I've run out of defense skills and I can't use anymore, then I'm going to stun the opponent and get away. Stun, slow, root, any of those effects will be very effective at disabling your opponent and letting you get a very clean getaway, and then you can go buff up or wait for your cooldowns on your defense skills and stuff, and they just can't get over to you. Extremely effective, even on other wizards, because you get that teleport distance, and then you'll be running. They'll have to teleport after you and then run to chase after you. You're impossible to catch. Yes, so that's where it really comes in help. And then otherwise challenge maps and stuff where you've got to try and control the enemies. With a cooldown potion, Burst is actually extremely fast. You can keep a constant stun on them. But you have to kind of carefully time it, and obviously not everything's I don't want to say weak. What's the opposite of where they're not resistant, but they're not necessarily weak to it? They just get hit every time. Anyway, so as you can see, all the enemies here can be stunned, which makes it really good. Oh, that guy's got a bit of stun resistance. But yeah, in this particular challenge, you could group the enemies together and then just keep them constantly stunned like this. And that's one way of doing it. That's where this skill can get good. Anyway, I was talking about the combo. The combo is that, and then escaping. That's one way you can use teleport. A later combo I'm going to be talking about is with sort of teleporting in and using burst to kind of stun them on an entry. Slightly less effective in situations where there's lots of enemies. It's just really that's great for PvP. In PvE, not so much, especially because there's a slight second when you arrive where you can get hit before you can use a skill. You can see there, kind of got hit. Anyway, that's everything I wanted to say in this video. Useful little skill to combo to use in combat, especially in PvP, and I hope people do try it out. Even though Manastorm right now really needs a revamp because it's so weak, but certainly for burst, it is an awesome way to do it. So thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.